So today is traditionally the day when our onions get planted outside. But our weather forecast is looking pretty grim, so we're going to wait about a week or so before we plant them outside. But I was asking another gardener about onions and just onion related things, and they mentioned that they always take this little seed that forms on the top of their onions and just pluck it off. And I realize I kind of do that when I'm playing around with them, right? I'm just naturally doing it. But I had no idea it actually affected their growth. So what they said is it makes the tip here where it is weaker, so therefore that part of the onion is weakened. And I was like, oh, I don't know if that's true. And then I came out here and realized every single one that had any yellowing on it still had the seed on it.
I see it in your eyes. Yeah, I can read the signs. You need to get away. It's time we make a change. Oh, you know you'll always have me. Baby, I will always stay with you. So put your trust in me. We'll work it out, you'll see. If we get in a car and drive someplace far, yeah, we could go for a ride. The two of us, we don't have to stop. Baby, let's go for a ride. You and I, let us run away. We can go where we want. I'll have your bag if you'll have mine. You and I wanna leave everything behind. If you wanted to, promise you we will be alright. If it's you and I want you to myself.
So somebody's up from his nap, and it's time to plant tomatoes. It feels like everyone has their tomatoes already like a foot tall. Nope. Here today is the day to start our tomatoes. Finally. Tomatoes I am most excited to get planted are the Italian heirloom. We tried these last year for the first time and absolutely loved them. And unfortunately, I only found a few places that carried them this year, and it just wasn't one of the places I was already ordering from. So what I saved is what I have to plant. The other big heirloom type varieties we're trying this year are Granny Chanterelle. Oh, Granny Cantrell. I was definitely saying that wrong. We got these at from Baker Creek, and then we're also trying the Cherokee Purple from Seed Savers. Last year we did the Wisconsin Chief tomatoes, and these just made the perfect, beautiful tomato that kind of looked like the Better Boy ones we used to do. We wanted to do something a little more back to basics, so we loved these Wisconsin Chiefs. We're also going to try the Trip L crop tomatoes this year. Last year the Romas we did were called Martino's Roma, and I did save some seeds, but we didn't love these. So this year I'm going to try the San Marzano Lungo number 2, also from Baker Creek. So this will be kind of like our Roma tomato. And then it's been years and years since we've done cherry tomatoes because we would do one plant and we couldn't eat the tomatoes off of it. So I'm going to try a plant or two of, these are a pole cherry, sun gold from Botanical Interest. I don't believe these are an heirloom variety, but I don't know if there are any heirloom cherry tomato varieties, but it's supposed to be a smaller tomato, so I thought that would be fun. I think the kids will like them.
I see it in your eyes. Yeah, I can read the signs. You need to get away. It's time we make a change. Oh, you know you'll always have me. Baby, I will always stay with you. So put your trust in me. We'll work it out, you'll see. If we get in a car and drive someplace far, yeah, we could go for a ride. The two of us, we don't have to stop. stop. Baby, let's go for a ride. You and I, let us run away. We can go where we want. I'll have your back if you'll have mine. You and I wanna leave everything behind. If you wanted to, promise you we will be alright.
So we've got all the tomatoes planted, which is so exciting. I planted 150 different tomato plants. It's kind of a lot. We planted about 100 or so tomato plants last year in our garden, and it's just never enough. It's never enough. I think we have 1 jar left of tomato soup and 2 quarts of whole tomatoes. I think I've used all the tomatoes from the freezer. We've used all the tomato sauce I made. I just kind of made a generic sauce that I could use for spaghetti, hot dish, or pizza, or whatever. And that worked out really well, so I'm hoping to do a lot more of that this year. But we planted 50 here, kind of like the big funky heirloom varieties. So I planted 15 of the Italian heirloom and 15 of the Cherokee purple and 20 of the Granny Cantrell. Am I pronouncing that right? I thought it was Chanterelle, so now I'm kind of confused. Granny Cantrell. Planted 25 of the Wisconsin Chief that we liked from last year and 25 of the triple crop. These for us are going to be those round perfect tomatoes that we can just use for anything. And then I planted 48 of that San Marzano kind of like Roma-like tomato. I can't remember how many Romas we planted last year, but I think it was upwards of 30. So I think that'll be about a good number. And we're hoping to do those canned whole because that was just really easy to can whole Roma-shaped tomatoes. I only started 2 of those Sun Gold cherry tomatoes. I think that'll be good. And then I'm hoping with my tomatoes here, I'll probably have a couple extra plants to share with family and friends. So depending on what they want, I think we'll have a good variety of everything. When I was moving the stuff around to make room for the tomatoes, I moved the kids' little helicopter tree they planted. I have to show you something. Can you see that in there? Something's growing. I don't know if it's their helicopter tree. Matt just had them show him in the yard what kind of seed they planted, and it legit looked like a seed from a maple tree. I don't know. So we gotta show this to them.
What? Oh, it's broke. Sprouted. Oh yeah. So we found these on the ground and we planted one, and look, it sprouted. And I'm going to show you how we did it. So you break this off, then see this? See these little scabs? You peel them off. I'll show you how they look after you're done. Okay. So when you put this in the cup and you plant it. Then spray water on it, and that's how we got it. You can see its leaf. The tree is like this, and then right here would be its leaf. Look at how tree sprouted. Yay! And this is the seed. What we made the seed look like. I already did all this stuff. Oh, cool.
So we're only about 6 weeks away from our last frost date, and I'm gonna try to plant some more celery. I just was super disappointed in how the celery has come up in these trays. So I'm gonna try planting some more, even though this stuff was planted more than 4 weeks ago.